Hey guys, James here. I wanted to go over this week's comic book review with you. It was an all-image week for me, and just four books. Start off with Hell Yeah #4. Um, I really enjoyed this to start with. Whenever I started this series, it seemed really interesting to me. A lot of stuff going on. The first generation of superheroes coming out, and then it's going into this. There's multiple parts of this the lead character here. All the different universes or all the different worlds he's in, and they're being killed off, and all these new characters getting introduced, and it's picked up so slowly. Um, we're finally getting to some answers in this issue, but at this point, I find myself not caring. It's taken so long for something to get started. All this setup to this story that I thought was going to be so great. I'm at the point now that I'm not interested. So this is a very strong possibility that this will be the last issue of Hell Yeah I pick up. While this one wasn't particularly bad, I think it's just too little, too late for me. Next we have the Manhattan Project. Um, I've enjoyed the Manhattan Project. It's really interesting. It's really good. The art's good. Let's see if I can show you some of it here. Yeah, I think the artwork in it is really nice. Uh, it's an interesting read. It's all these geniuses from the end of World War II, so like the 40s, early 50s, um, setting up in the Manhattan Project. But it's like if the Manhattan Project was used to hide greater things, hiding a different set of experiments. So there's like this FDR is dead, and he's been programmed into this artificial intelligence FDR. Um, you got Albert Einstein. There's a bunch of them. This issue kind of focuses around Albert Einstein, and come to find out, he's found this project, this door. He can't figure out how to open it. He gets somebody else to open it, and you kind of flash back to the original time the door was open, and you find out that the Einstein from this world has opened it up into another world where the Einstein on that side comes out, hits him in the head, and switches places with him. I think it's kind of in the same situation as Hell Yeah. It's taken a while to set things up. And I still feel like this is setting it up. I feel like every issue I'm getting introduced to this new character and all these new plot lines, and it's not going anywhere yet. I just keep getting introduced to new things. So, but I like Hickman's work. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. I think at least one more issue of this before I would drop it, because there's so many interesting things that they can do with this. I just hope that they start doing it soon. They've introduced plenty of characters for me now, so let's start doing something with that. Okay, so that's the end of me being negative, I guess, for these reviews. Let's go to the next one. Mind the Gap, issue 2. Jim McCann writes this. The story's fantastic. First off, you kind of have a whodunit mystery for the first issue. The main character, Elle, she was knocked out, beat up at a subway station, trying to figure out who did that. In the meantime, she's in a hospital in a coma. And we Found out she's trapped in this place called the Garden, which is basically like this in between place, like this purgatory between life and death. And there's all these other people there, I assume from the same hospital that she's in. And she's talking to them, and she realizes in the end of the last issue that she has the ability to go into some of these other people's bodies. None of the others can do that. So a lot of things are going on in this issue. You have her talking to some people in the garden. She's trying to get back in her body. Not able to get back into her own body, which is kind of strange. You also have on the outside, in the living world, I guess, some more things going on. We're trying to figure out why she's been taken down, why she's been put in this coma, and I don't know. It's just a really cool story. I don't feel like I'm just keep getting set up information. I feel like this was going somewhere from the beginning, which I like. So this one definitely, I recommend Mind the Gap. If you haven't read it yet, I'm sure you can still find an issue 1 somewhere. It may be a second printing at this point, I'm not sure. But this is really worth a pickup. The guy, one of my friends at the local comic book shop is friends with Jim McCann, and he got me into reading this. And hopefully he's going to be visiting the local shop here, and I'm going to get him to sign some of this stuff, which would be really cool because I really enjoy it. And then finally, Whispers. This is Whispers issue 3. This is my pick of the week. Let me take this out of the cover on this alone is amazing. If you can see here, the face, there's teeth, a face on the brain, a hand here, a foot here, another little hand there, the claws. I really like this cover. It's Joshua Luna of the Luna Brothers, who did Sword and Girls, Ultra. He does the writing and the art for this, and it's about this guy, Sam, who is like a germaphobe to begin with, and he finds out he can, I guess it's astral projection. He can leave his body and travel while he's asleep, and kind of control other people's thoughts, communicate with them. And he's found out in the past couple issues that one of his ex-girlfriends, who's become this bad drug addict, is getting ready to be killed for some money that she's stolen, and he's trying to help her out. There's one girl, I can't think of her name right now, who Sam's told about this power, and she believed him. So she goes along with him to meet this drug dealer. They're trying to get from killing Sam's ex-girlfriend from a long time ago. And they meet up with him. He gives him this note to go to this guy's house. Well, this guy, we find out in the beginning of the issue, is this murderer. So Sam gets him to go there basically to attack that guy, and they're going to call the cops to get him arrested. So basically, he can't kill the ex-girlfriend. But the way it all unfolds, and I don't know, you just have to read this. The art looks gorgeous. I mean, if you liked The Sword or Girls, you're going to be familiar with it. I love this splash page right here. You have this character falling into this mass of bodies. It's pretty cool, but you see any of this stuff. It's gorgeous art, great story. Definitely my pick of the week. If you guys aren't picking this up, I think this is a very underrated book. I haven't really heard anybody review it or talk about it, and I think it's one of the better new releases that are out there. I mean, I think this should be talked about right up there with you know, Saga and some of these other new release books that Manhattan Project. A lot of people have been talking about that. Um, Personally, I think Whisper should be talked about in that group. So check it out if you haven't seen it yet. If you can get all the issues, you probably still can. Go ahead and grab them. If not, definitely pick up the trade when it comes out. I think it's going to be a great read. This is issue 3. Those are my reviews for this week. Thanks for checking everything out and listening to me ramble on about some comic books. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave comments, ask questions. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If you leave a thumbs down, let me know why, what I can do better. And thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.